Hey folks, I don't have a lot to talk about today, but I have some important stuff to talk about. And it's been really, last couple of days, it's been beautiful. Today was supposed to be 31, it's actually 29. Yesterday was supposed to be, I think it was 29. It was also 29. But I don't like this. Severe storms prompt tornado watches, and no, that's not it. There it is. Ontario's in for a stormy summer. Yeah, I like that. But it's beautiful today. I went out yesterday. It's really breezy. There's a strong breeze, which is kind of nice. It's refreshing, but it kind of kills the effect of the heat from the sun, which a lot of people will be happy about. But so today I wanted to go out without my shirt, and I had to put the seat cover back on the Monster, so I did that before I went out. But I also wanted to do something else because I noticed yesterday one of my front tires was kind of low in air. It didn't look like it was, but when I turned sharp, I could hear it. I could hear the tread peeling off it, so I knew it wasn't sliding. It was just, I don't know how to say it, but you kind of know. You get that sound when you turn, and you know your tire's low on air. So I wanted to fill that up. I figured, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well do all my tires, make sure they're topped off. Not one of my tires registered on my gauge. They were that low. All four of them. So I filled them up and solved the problem. I now have full battery range. So apparently the batteries are charging full. They're just draining really fast because I'm getting such, friction from the tires being drastically underinflated. So I went out. I went to Value Mart first. I took a cold drink on me. Took a cold drink with me. So I wasn't going to stop at Timmy's till when I come back after my tour. So I went to Value Mart and I went past Timmy's, out the highway, up that hill, and I only lost one bar. Right at the very top is when it went out. So normally I don't lose any bars at all when I go up that hill, so it's still not perfect. But down the school trail, stopped at the dam, and then I went out of town, did my out of town tour, stopped at the river. Then I did more out of town stuff, come back into town, did the Far River Trail, come around, come down through the Park Trail, back to the dam. I still hadn't lost the second bar yet. I was still on my first bar. And my camera is doing funky things. I don't know if that's the way or not. I've noticed that before. And just kind of flashing orange here. Kind of weird looking. I know I've mentioned that before, and you couldn't actually see that in the video. I think it's just the display. Doing it again. So I had only lost that one bar, so this is very good. And then did I go from there? Next from there, I did the Squeaky Trail. Went back up the big hill to come down that hill, to come down the highway to Timmy's, and going up that hill, I lost 2 more bars. I expected to lose one. I wasn't expecting to lose 2, but I lost 2. And come back home here, and that's as much as it's done. So it seems I've got my full charge, my full range. So apparently, it's not that the batteries weren't charging fully, they were draining fast. Because there's a lot of friction when you drive on low tires. Plus the tires, they get compressed, so their actual diameter will be smaller, which means it's spinning more to go the same distance. So the wheels were probably going the same distance as I normally do, it's just I wasn't. So that problem is solved. I still can't figure out the charger issue. So I got my bearings, a tube of bearings. That's kind of weird. Usually they come in a box, like you've seen before. When I get a 10-pack, they're usually in a box like that. So, That's the first time I've seen them in a tube. That's kind of cool. I did look at them. They are the right ones. So, no more excuses for not fixing the front end. And that's basically what it was, an excuse. Because I just don't feel like doing anything right now. But I didn't want to put the spacer between the bearings, because if I damaged one of the bearings trying to take it out, I needed to have these to replace it. But there's other things I could have done in the meantime. I've just been putting everything off. I just don't feel like doing anything, but there's so much that needs to be done. So maybe this will be an incentive to actually get started. So I have no reason to not do the front now, finish the front off, and get that done. Because there's things I don't want to do until I get this done, because I don't want to put the fenders back on. I don't want to take the tiller apart and do stuff in there. I don't want to do the ball joints yet. I want to get this done first, before I do those other things. Because I wanted to start at the front, and just kind of work my way back. And I keep finding excuses not to, basically. So I got finished everything early yesterday in the computer, and I wanted to go for a nice night tour. It was still 26 degrees at that time. It was, I believe, 8:30 when I left. It was still night, or still daylight. The sun was going down. It was past the horizon, down below the horizon, but it was still daylight-ish. So I wanted to go out, and I stopped down at the river, and everything was fine up to that point. After I left there, that's when it was starting to get a bit dark. And I noticed my camera does not like the transition. It's fine in the dark, it's fine in the day. It does not like that transition. It gets confused, and it was kind of, the exposure kept flashing. Light, dark, until it made up its mind what it wanted to do. So I guess it's about that time. I've had this camera, 2 years now? So it's outlived its normal span of, reliability. Might be time to look at another one, but there's just other things I need to do first. And I have noticed when I'm sitting somewhere, you'll hear that beeping sound. That's the LED coming on and off. It's starting to interfere. It's causing electrical noise now, which you'll hear in the videos. So, 2 signs that it's time to replace it, but it'll keep going. It'll just be funky. So after I left the dam, it was getting dark, and the first trip I've had that was not enjoyable. And again, it's the bugs. The bugs are just absolutely insane. I know I've talked about this before. Last year there was barely any bugs around at all. This year they're just everywhere. You can't go like this without hitting one. And the whole trip, it was like, I had my old glasses on. I'm glad I replaced my Bluetooth glasses, not these ones. I'm glad I replaced the lenses on the old ones and bought the new ones, because the old ones don't seem to be working anymore. They don't turn on. They're charged fully. I thought maybe the battery was dead, so I charged them up. They're charged fully. They just don't turn on anymore. But I still wear them because I need those clear lenses. And I can't be out without them. There's just this bouncing off my glasses. It's just absolutely insane. The whole trip was like that. The whole night trip. I don't get that in the daytime because most bugs don't like the direct sunlight. They stay in the shadows. But at night they come out and they're just everywhere. Just swarms of them. It's just constant. And I can't drive with an open shirt because they collect inside and they're crawling all over. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm suspecting we're going to have a bumper crop of bats this year, which is fine by me. I don't mind bats. There's just so many bugs available. They're going to go crazy. They have lots of babies, like everything else with lots of babies. I stopped down at the dam the second time today, and there was a couple geese in there with a bunch of little babies, newborns. Lots of them around. I've seen baby squirrels. I've been seeing a lot of baby rabbit. Lots of babies this year. I guess that's it. I got half of the front yard cut yesterday. That's as long as the battery lasted. I'll go out and hopefully get the rest of it done today. I wanted to do that after I got back, because by the time I'm done that, I won't be able to do anything else. My arms will be like rubber. I'll be sweating like crazy. I'll have bits of grass all over my legs. I'll be itchy. So that'll be the last thing I do before I go in. I've got to get that done because it's supposed to rain again tonight. I'm not sure if we're getting storms or not. I haven't really paid that much attention. I just know that there's rain in the forecast. I think it's a storm coming, I'm not sure. But I will find that out sometime tonight, I guess. So I guess that's all I got. I can't think of anything else. Thank everybody for your suggestions on the charger. I think, like I say, I haven't had any issues up to now with any of my chargers charging the batteries that I've got. No matter, like, there's three different, well, obviously. I'll go with the first two different ratings, 8 amp and 4 amp, and both of them charge the batteries no problem. Charge them fully, they have for years. Monster charger I can't rely on because it's going into air mode all on its own, so that's got nothing to do with the scooter. The new charger doesn't work at all. I have no idea why. I still haven't called my dealer. I wanted to figure out the controller, if it was a controller first before I did that, and I just haven't had a chance to yet. And I probably won't today because it's already 4:30. By the time I get inside, it'll be after 5. So I got to do that before I come out, and I just don't think about it. So, I guess that's all I got. Nice and short today. Kind of, sort of, almost think that there was something I wanted to talk about from previous days. I can't think of what that would be. The only thing I can think of is we had a heat warning. Well, advisory. Weather advisory. That was for the heat. That was it. So, I guess that's all I got. Thanks for watching.